All right. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good evening. My name is Bushra Amiwala, and I will be your MC for tonight. I hope you have all stocked up on appetizers, as we have a very exciting agenda and program for you all, including messages from MCC leadership, speakers, awards, and of course fundraising to support our masjid and program. Through the duration of this, there will be a silent auction and raffle as well, so please feel free to add your info onto the raffle tickets, which will be called throughout the program, and the silent auction, which is happening in the back. With that, please join me in inviting Ahmad Mirza Beg, a Hafiz from our own MCC community, for a Quran recitation, and Afifa Rahman, a graduate from MCC Academy and freshman at Niles West, for an English translation. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لقد صدق الله رسوله الرؤيا بالحق لتدخلن المسجد الحرام إن شاء الله آمنين محلقين رؤوسكم ومقصرين لا تخافون فعلم ما لم تعلموا فجعل من دون ذلك فتحا قريبا هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا محمد رسول الله والذين معه سيماهم في وجوههم من أثر السجود ذلك مثلهم في التوراة ومثلهم في الإنجيل كزرع أخرج شطأه فآزره فاستغلظ فاستوى على سوقه يعجب الزراع ليغيظ بهم الكفار وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات منهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما صدق الله العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. O believers, seek comfort in patience and prayer. Allah is truly with those who are patient. Never say that those martyred in the cause of Allah are dead. In fact, they are alive, but you do not perceive it. We will certainly test you with a touch of fear and famine and loss of property, life, and crops. Give good news to those who patiently endure, and to those who say, when struck by disaster, surely to Allah we belong, and to Him we will all return. They are the ones who will receive Allah's blessings and mercy, and it is they who are rightly guided. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. MashaAllah, what a beautiful recitation and translation that was. Thank you both Ahmed and Afifa. Next, let's take a look around and see what's here, right? The who's who. We're surrounded in a huge venue, beautiful decor, surrounded by family, friends, volunteers, community members, leaders, sometimes the people we only see once a year at this event. And while it takes a large team to pull something like this off successfully, I want to invite the chair of the dinner committee, who is no stranger to all of you, to share welcome remarks. Dr. Sabah Khan is the chair of the MCC Annual Dinner, the vice president of MCC, and has been involved in the community for over 25 years. She is an elected official of Morton Grove as a trustee. Oh, and her day job? She is a board-certified periodontist and implant surgeon, professor at UIC Dental School. Please join me in inviting Dr. Sabah Khan.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and greetings of peace to all my Muslim and my non-Muslim friends. Thank you, Bushra. That was a wonderful intro that you gave about me here, and I'm so humbled, and I feel so privileged to stand in front of you all as the dinner chair. And first of all, I want to thank all of you for coming and making this evening all the more special for everyone, for your family, for your friends, and for us too, of course. So thank you for coming. Before I move forward with my other remarks, I do want to take a moment here and talk a little bit about our other friends who are not here with us now. It would just not be fair to have a celebration and not remember some of our brothers across this ocean in the Middle East who are having a real hard time, going through hardships and having a horrific time at this moment. You know, this past week when I was planning this dinner with my committee members, the last 7 to 10 days were horrible for us. It was like an emotional roller coaster. There were times when we were so excited. My team was so excited to put this event together. We were paying attention to every tiny detail. We wanted to make this extra special for every person who was invited to this dinner. And at the same time, in the evening, when we would retire and turn on the TV, we would go into this silent depression. We would be so sad. The emotions of feeling sad, the emotions of feeling depressed, the nervousness of what I'm going to tell my child when he sees this media coverage of what's going on across the ocean was really, that's the kind of emotional roller coaster we all were going through. And what I'm going to say here is I want all of you who are feeling so helpless, I'm sure we all are feeling helpless. We want to do so much for everyone. It's like if one part of a body hurts, how can you be at peace, right? So the most that we can do while we are here to celebrate this evening, we can take a moment and just do a heartfelt dua for our people who are suffering. So I'm going to have all of us just stop everything that you're doing at this time and just 10 seconds. We all are going to be just silent, we're going to be quiet, and we're going to make a sincere dua from the bottom of our heart for our brothers and sisters all around the world. So let's take a moment of silence here and make a sincere dua. All right, may Allah accept our dua, may Allah accept our prayers. And here we stand, all of us together in solidarity with them, but at the same time we are here also to celebrate the 54 years of Muslim Community Center, one of the oldest masajid, one of the oldest community center. And I'm so honored again to be the dinner chair and to be the vice president of this organization. Your host, Dr. Sabah Khan. So thank you again for coming. And before I move forward, thank you for the applause. That should be for my dinner committee. So please, a big applause to my rock star team. I don't know if my committee members right here, they may be all scattered around trying to make sure everything is done right. And I get a title of having an OCD, so I'm like, make sure the name tags are right, make sure we have the salam on this. And then one of my team members like, make sure there's at least this visible. So, you know, we went to that extent to make it extra special. And when this role was given to me as a dinner committee chair, I was super nervous. This happened last year when our president, Brother Masood Bijapuri, asked me to chair this committee. It was big shoes to fill in. Our previous dinner committee did an amazing, a wonderful job of running this dinner every year for years. And I was so nervous if I can match that bar, the bar that they raised. But very soon, my committee members, my team members, and that also includes our president, President Masood Bijapuri, we realized that, you know what, we got this. Inshallah, we can try, and here we are. I hope you guys are gonna have a great time at this dinner. I hope you guys are gonna have some fun time, some connection with people, like Bushra said, people whom we have not seen for years, for days, and today we see them here. Just few things that are special about this dinner tonight, that we try to do it a little different than previous years. Like I mentioned about the name tag, right? I just feel so proud. My co-chair, Ali Arana, that was actually her idea, to put the greeting of Assalamu Alaikum here. So that's one thing I feel is really different and special, all right? Little things that bring so much joy to you. Second thing, our volunteers. If you saw our volunteers, so much energy, so much enthusiasm. I wish I could match that, but no, of course we all are getting old. And our volunteers start from the age of 12 and they go up to 23. So we got all this age range of volunteers. My committee members, they are 20 years old. That was a joke. We are not 20 years old. But our volunteers, mashallah, that's a special thing that I feel this dinner. You're gonna see the young people walking around in green hijabs, green ties. When you see them, please smile and say thank you to them. They've put so many countless hours in getting this dinner together. So please do that. The third and the very special thing, we have one of our brother who's gonna take Shahada here tonight. Subhanallah. We're gonna have a revert who's gonna take Shahada. So for my friends who don't know what Shahada is, it's a person who's coming back to the faith of Islam. And with the nice lineup of speakers that we have, Suhaib Imam Lib and Sheikh Kifa Mustafa. Sheikh Kifa is the one who's gonna help us kind of get that process going. And last but not the least, we've got a wonderful MC, Bushra Amiwala, who's one of the youngest elected Gen Z official. A big applause to her. Bushra has so much pressure on her. She's not showing it, but she is. Help her out, okay guys? The reason I say that, because she's gonna make sure everyone is on time, including our guest speakers too. So Imam Sohaib, you may see Bushra walking to the stage. That's just an indication that your time's up. Sorry. We just did all this behind the scene. We are trying to keep the program on time and tight so everyone enjoys and it doesn't get too long. With that, I'm gonna finish this. Thank you everyone for coming. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. You guys are gonna enjoy the food, the ambience, and smiling, happy faces around. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair.
Another round of applause for Dr. Sabat Khan. That was beautiful. I feel like we're being, a little frugal with the claps tonight, but that's okay. Hopefully they get louder as the evening goes on. Thank you so much, Dr. Khan, and the entire dinner committee for all of the hard work that went into putting together this wonderful event. Now I'd like to take the time to recognize some of our elected officials who are here with us today, and the who's who. So this is what I like to call popcorn. So when I say their name and title, they are going to stand up, like popcorn, right, pops, and everyone is going to do a very large, loud clap. And that way we can run through all of the people efficiently, and you all get to see who's who in the room. Also, some of our elected officials might not stay the entire time, so if you see them, that's your chance to say hello, grab a photo with them if you'd like. These are our public servants who we all vote for and elect, and they're showing their friendship and partnership with us by being here tonight. So first, we have Niles Township Supervisor Bani Khan Agnesati. Okay, the claps got better. I appreciate it. Let's try to do one loud one. That way we can run through this. But if not, I won't be the clap controller. Next, we have Cook County Commissioner Josina Marita. All right, we have State Senator Ron Villavalo. We have State Representative Kevin Oligo. We have Morin Grove Trustee Janine Whitco. We have Morin Grove Trustee Ashur Shiba. Is the glue too much? I'll still glue. We have Morin Grove Trustee Rita Mace. We have Morin Grove Trustee Dr. Sabat Khan. We have the Vice President of the Morin Grove Park District, Mazhar Khan. We have the Morin Grove Trustee, John Till. We have Morin Grove Clerk, Eileen Scarford. We have the Niles Township Administrator, Brandon Johnson. Rick Creer, sorry. Rick Creer. Brandon Johnson, that doesn't sound right. We have Skokie trustee Ken Kuhn. Woo! We have Skokie trustee Keith Robinson. Woo! We have Skokie Board of Education member Bushra Amiwala. Woo! We have Mayor Skokie George Van Dusen. Woo! We have Chair of the Appearance Commission Bill Zimmerman. Woo! We have North Grove Park Commissioner John Pietrin. And we have Park District Administrator. It just says Marty, so I don't know what Marty's last name is. But there we go. Welcome, Marty. And last but not least, we have Lincolnwood trustee Mohammed Salim. Woo! Thank you all so much to our elected officials for being here. And now I'd like to introduce another technically elected person. Their title is president, so that's exciting. We have, it is my honor to invite President of MCC, Mr. Masood Bijapuri, to the stage. And yeah, clap for him twice, so clap now, and I'll give you a little introduction too. Yeah, many of you know him for his many gifts and talents that he graciously gives the community amongst his kindness. He's been serving the MCC community for over 25 years in different capacities, including the chair of different committees, board member, department head, and secretary of MCC. Professionally, he is a senior sales manager of Fortune 100 healthcare company. And everyone, a huge round of applause for MCC President, Mr. Masood Bijapuri.
Thank you very much, Bushra, for that introduction. You don't have to clap for me twice. I'm just here to serve. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. First of all, look at a beautiful crowd here. Thank you, everyone. It looks so nice to see the whole room full tonight. Especially, I thought it was a little windy and rainy, so I was a little concerned. But I'm so happy that everyone came today and supported MCC. So, on behalf of the MCC administration, I want to extend a warm welcome to you and your family to the MCC's 54th Annual Fundraising Dinner. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to our guest speaker, Imam Suhaib Webb, for coming today, and also to address the critical topic that we have this evening, holding on our faith amidst social challenges. So thank you, Imam, for coming today. Additionally, I want to thank Imam Sheikh Kifa Mustafa, who is also joining us today, this evening. And he's going to help us, raise some funds. So make sure you brought your checkbooks, because he's going to come and down and get you. So hopefully we'll be able to raise some funds tonight, inshallah. Let's give a special thank you to our dinner committee, whose tireless efforts have made this evening a resounding success. So give a round of applause to our dinner committee. Finally, I want people to go home today. Thank you to my family for their support during my first 2 years as the president of this wonderful organization, one of the oldest and the largest organization in the Chicago area, the Muslim Community Center. So thank you. This year, MCC the board has approved the formation of the Green Team as a new functional committee in the bylaws. Oh, I see the Green Team applauding there. So we have the Green Team here. The Green Team has been very active since Ramadan, educating us on how we can contribute to a more sustainable environment. We promptly acted on their recommendations and introduced environmentally friendly dinner products throughout the Ramadan at both locations. When I was at MCC, they were pumping water instead of water bottles. So it was so good to see. We had water jugs and everybody was pumping water. So we were not using any water plastic bottles. They were also recognized by the Morton Grove Village for their wonderful work. So thank you. As you can see in the booklet in front of you on the table, we have over 30 MCC committees who have been very busy throughout the year. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank them for working exceptionally hard to keep MCC a lively place. These committees include I might miss a couple of committees, so I apologize ahead of time. The MCC, MEC Women's Committees for organizing sisters and kids events, Special Events Committee who have worked so hard during the month of Ramadan, Religious Affairs Committee and our Imam Scholars for having religious programs throughout the year for our community, Rehab and Welfare Committee for doing the toughest work of helping deserving people, and they also have started a new car donation program to help those to get back on their feet. The Youth Committee, who are always willing to help, as you can witness today. We have over 40 youth volunteers today that showed up at 3:30 this afternoon, and they came here to help us set up everything and making sure. So thank you to our youth of MCC. Yeah, they're still here, they're going to be here, and they're going to be helping us. So give them a thank you on the way out. Counseling Committee and the Programming Committee, they have been doing monthly programs on different topics, including mental health education, suicide. There's so many important topics that we have a committee working hard to make those programs available. And the Building Committee, which I will share during my presentation, they have been doing some great work. The Publication Committee, as you know, every month you get the message right on the first of the month and with the timetable. Those are, the Publication Committee has been lively this year. And of course, the Dawah Committee continue to their work. Like Dr. Sabah mentioned, we're going to have a Shahada this evening. This year, we also hired Brother Abdul Qadir. I know he is here somewhere. The light is on my face, so I think he's here. He's raising his hand over there. As our full-time building manager. And with his help, we have maintained and updated all 3 of our buildings. So however, there are significant renovations and expansions that are required in the upcoming year. I'm going to go over some of those expansions, but briefly, last year, the MEC building windows were so old that we suffered a considerable damage with burst pipes, and we had the classroom flooded with water. Our goal before this winter is to replace all the windows and roof at estimated cost of between $350,000 to $400,000. We have just installed a new HVAC system at the MCC building just last week and have recently renovated the library. On the positive note, MCC is in the process of acquiring a building in the Morton Grove area that will provide additional classroom spaces for over 200 kids. And we're waiting for that. Inshallah, the Full-Time School Council and the MCC Executive Committee are now working with the village to get the necessary permits, drawings, and things like that. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this process makes it easy for us in the next couple of months. This year, we also welcome Alima Sana Muhyiddin to our team of Imam Scholars to provide a valuable service to our sisters and our young kids. Our goal is for the upcoming year is to finalize the contract for a lead imam at MEC and continue the search for the imam at MCC, inshallah. Now, I wanted to share a couple of slides with all of you to show what MCC's accomplishments are and projects for this past year. So if I can start with the slideshow. So let's talk about our impact first for 2023. We have provided rental assistance to those needy of up to $325,000. We had food packages delivered over 2,000. Refugee families, we have helped over 440 plus. During Ramadan, we fed all the families, every day during iftar. That's what I was telling you earlier about our Rehab and Welfare Committee. They have the toughest work, and they provided meals for families over 7,000. We did furniture deliveries. Those who are, let's say they're moving in from our refugees, we provided over 115 furniture deliveries for households. We held clothes drives, we held toys drives, and we also had job fairs. So these are some of the impacts of your donation that you give that goes to some of these projects. The next slide. Let's talk about our community center. I know most of you know MCC, so I just want to share with you what we do at MCC. We have over 1,825 plus daily salahs. We perform 60 plus nikahs, 56 funerals throughout the year. Our community events, like I mentioned, all our committees are so busy. We had over 125 plus community events. Khutbahs, we had 2 khutbahs at MEC, 1 khutbah at MCC, over 156. We did over 312 plus khatiras. Our youth programming has been strong and over 156 plus. And of course, our counseling session with imams over 260 plus. So these are some of the highlights for our community center. Next slide, please. Now, our organization is based on membership. So I hope that everyone become member of MCC. It's a very small amount that you give every year. And that's our membership committee is working on several incentives to our members. So currently, we have over 1,400 plus members. Full-time school parents comprised of 944. The part-time school parents, about 227. We have 149 lifetime members. 26 seniors and over 65 other individuals. Our goal is to increase our membership and like I said earlier, the committee is doing several incentives to increase our membership. Next slide. Our schools. Of course, as you know, we have 2 full-time schools and also we have high schools. So our full-time students currently stands at 815. Our high school students, we have 68. I attended the graduation last year, but we have currently 68 high school students. Full-time teachers, over 105 full-time teachers, 470 part-time students. We also embraced our refugee families and we have included them as part of our schools, and we have 60 students. Also, when we had our Eid celebration, we, at both MEC, during the time we had to have extra MEC Salat because we had so many great neighbors that came and joined us. We have over 100 plus volunteers. So again, MCC does not, survive without volunteers. So I want to give a great thank you to our 100 plus volunteers that do their hard work throughout the year. And like I said, my job is much easier when I have so many volunteers working for MCC. So thank you so much. This is the next slide talks about some of the projects we completed last year. Some of you donated during the last dinner. We also, installed a new minaret. We did a tuck pointing job. We put a new fence. We also installed a new boiler at MEC. So alhamdulillah, this year was nice and warm. So thank you for your donation for those projects. Next slide, please. So these are some of the MCC projects that we have completed this year. Like I mentioned earlier, we have installed the new HVAC at MCC Elson facility, around $30,000. We had new flooring school entrance at the Morton Grove campus for $10,000. We did the Morton Grove office renovation, new tiles replacement in the second floor, renovation of the library, and of course, renovation of our funeral waiting room. Those are some of the projects that we have completed. Now let's talk about some of the upcoming projects. The next slide, please. All right, so new windows. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a big project coming up before this winter. We have to install new windows for the Morton Grove campus. We got about 3 or 4 quotes, and we are looking at a cost of about $300,000. We also have to install new vents, univents for Morton Grove classrooms. That's going to be around $150,000. New roof, the roof is getting old, it's leaking, so we need to install new roof. Parking lot repair, $75,000. and then irrigation system and outdoor lighting. So those are expenses that we are planning to work on in the next year, or this year and next year, inshallah. Now, I wanted to also share something exciting. This past year, we started the MCC. Next slide, please. So this year we started a new program called MCC Ansar. So if you we have a table in the back. Tariq Putawala is there and his volunteers. He's helping us with the Ansar program. All you have to do is donate whatever you can automatically, and our goal is to raise Ansar programs to up to 100 Ansars, so that can be used for our operational operational yearly budget. So I'm going to go into the next slide, and we're going to get to more information about Ansar. It's also on your table. There's a pledge form for that. Some of the short-term needs, I'm not going to go to details, but I already went through that already. But as you can see, these are some of the short-term needs that we need to collect. Operational expenses, which is what I was talking about. If we can get the Ansar's program in full force, we should be able to collect 150,000 automatically every year, and that Ansar program is going to help us with the operational expenses. So become an Ansar, $1,000 a year, $100 a month pledge. I have this is my last slide, which is the next slide, and I'm going to end soon. So long-term needs for MCC, again, the renovation of the gym, we're going to be looking at, because the gym at Morton Grove campus is a little bit smaller, so we need to look at that. We need to look at new track and field, and also everybody was asking about the parking lot for MCC. So those are long-term projects that we're working on, in the future. Now, finally, I wanted to express my gratitude for your presence here tonight, and I hope that we can count on your support as we continue our work for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our efforts. Ameen. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum. So now I wanted to present and invite for our Community Service Award. As you can see in your booklet, we had selected a very dedicated uncle that I have known him for all my life. He comes to MCC whether he's working or not, and I wanted to kind of invite him, but before I invite him, I wanted to read his bio, little thing in the book that you have in front of you. So Muslim Community Center is very proud to present the Community Service Award this year to our uncle Muhammad Bashiruddin. He deserves that. Muhammad Bashiruddin has been a part of Muslim Community Center for over 30 plus years. He has served as a department head of finance for years and is always there to manage and oversee the financial of the organization. Muhammad Bashiruddin has been a pillar of the MCC, giving back 30 plus years. He's been leading the, I didn't have my glasses, sorry, I wish I had my glasses here. He was leading the finance of MCC and has always been, MCC has been his second home. Bashiruddin Uncle has perhaps been helping the community for a long time. He has, he's here, okay. Okay. During his time at MCC, he has mentored so many and I'm being myself as one of his students. So his Tarbiyah program always held during Ramadan. Bashiruddin Uncle, as we call him all the time, thank you so much for your, on behalf of MCC.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem. Here I got this award second time in 12 years. So you can imagine, the second time it took me 12 years to get it. So inshallah maybe we will get again. And it's I thank MCC for giving me this award. But I know one thing, there are so many brothers and sisters on this floor who deserve this award before I get it, but I got lucky, so I get it, I'll take it. It's a blessing of Allah, and it's a big honor to serve at MCC, and what you do, and in my life, I feel like, you get back from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My life, my children's growth, everything, Allah took care of it. And I thank Allah, I thank MCC, I thank my family for doing this. Jazakallahu khairan, wassalamu alaikum.
Are you guys ready for some raffles? When you came in, you received raffles, so we're going to announce some raffle prize winners.
We have the raffles now. We're going to have 2 more raffles later on the dinner time. So please have your tickets ready. And when we call, please come up and get your gift certificates. Thank you.
The ticket number is 822792. Once again, the number is 822792. Anyone? Azra Naveed. Come on up. You gotta thank me, okay? I knew it was your number. Come on, Azra. Thank you to the sponsors. And she's getting Ya Allah Restaurant $50 gift card. Not cash. Okay, one more. The number is 486480. 486480. Anyone here? If they're outside, they'll miss this chance. I'll go again. One more time. 486480. Okay, I'll just put that another one. It's 271594. 271594. This is the fun part. Come on, anyone? Let's try another one here. Oh, he's here? Sorry, I could not see the light. I'm sorry. Okay. So you're getting OMG Nafisa's Kitchen $50 gift card. This is 271531. 271531. 271531. He's getting Kebab Restaurant $50 gift card. More raffles. Later? We'll do later. Just one more. People are excited. Let's do 271546. 271546. Oh, right there. You're getting strings attached $50 gift card. If you don't know what this is my husband's favorite store. If you need a like a tennis racket fixed, here. Or buy one too. Am I right, Sister Wendy? There you go. Oh, yeah, no, thank you. We'll take a break from here. All right, congratulations to our Community Service Award winner, Mr. Bashiruddin Uncle. Congratulations to our raffle winners. Again, we also have a silent auction going on. So a regular auction is when you raise your hand to bid on something. This is silent, so the bid prices are back there. You write your amount, and if you get the highest bid, the item is yours. Now I'd like to invite a partner, leader, and member within our community who is a huge advocate for not only the Muslim community, but many communities at hand. He is an elected leader of ours who is constantly passing and sponsoring pieces of legislation that advocate, again, not only for this community, but many others. He is our state senator for the 8th District of Illinois, State Senator Ram Bilibalam.
She said, thank you in 2 minutes. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be with you all. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'll be brief. I want us to give, all of us to give an incredible round of applause to President BJ Puri, Dr. Saba Khan, and the dinner committee for all of their work for putting this together. Speaking from experience, it is not easy to talk about irrigation systems and roof replacement and try to raise money. That's the nitty-gritty work that they are doing to provide a safe and healthy space for our youth. It's an honor for me to be here today. I do want to share Dr. Khan's message of prayers and thoughts to our loved ones across the world. I am keeping them in my mind and my heart as we move forward. And I know all of us are. I want to just also say that we are here for you. As you heard Bushra mention all of the elected officials that are here today. That ranges from municipal level to county level to the state level. We are here for you. We are here to serve our communities and make sure that you are able to live a better life here. I believe I can speak for the village of Lincolnwood, the village of Morton Grove, the village of Skokie, Niles Township. We are here to serve you in any capacity that we're able to help. And we are blessed because we have such an incredibly welcoming and diverse community. That being said, we need to keep pushing. We need to keep pushing to make sure, as the theme of this dinner suggests, that we're able to keep our heritage, our religion, our language, our culture as we assimilate in this country. That's what makes this country so great. And I just want to let you all know, and I'll end with this, that we are continuing that work at the state level. State Representative Kevin Oloko and I are going back to Springfield in the next few weeks. I want to give an important update on one piece of legislation. We passed legislation to provide halal and kosher food options for our youth in schools, our state facilities, and our University of Illinois Hospital. Thank you for that. The governor did veto that legislation earlier this summer. We have spoken with him. We have cleared up some of the misunderstandings, and we will be running a new piece of legislation with the same intent, with a few technical changes in the veto session, and we do have his support and his commitment to sign the legislation after it's passed in veto session. So please reach out to your legislators, let them know how important this is, and we will get it done, and the governor will sign it. Thank you so much for having me here this evening, and have a great night. Thank you. Was that 2 minutes?
That was awesome. Just to echo Senator Bilibalam's sentiments, He is the sponsor of the piece of legislation, co-sponsored, that would require there be accommodations made for halal, kosher, vegetarian food options at our state facilities, whether it be universities, schools, and hospitals. So another big round of applause. Thank you, Senator Bilbao, for your advocacy and leadership. Now, I am excited to introduce our keynote speaker for the evening, Imam Suhaib Webb. Imam Suhaib Webb, claps. And do it twice. Suhaib William Webb has a degree in education from the University of Central Oklahoma and Islamic law from Al-Azhar in Cairo. He was named as one of CNN's 25 most influential leaders, as one of the 500 most influential Muslims by the Royal Islamic Studies Center in 2021. He was a resident scholar at ICNYU and taught a course at NYU on Islamic law and ethics. He sits on the North American Fiqh Council, is a member of the International Union of Muslim Scholars, and sits on the advisory board of the Political Theologic Network. He runs an online school that focuses on functional religious literacy for English-speaking Muslims and currently serves as a resident scholar at the Center DC in Washington, DC. Let's please give an MCC welcome to Imam Suhaib Webb.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين. We praise God Almighty, we send peace and blessing upon all of the prophets, and to everyone, greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's great to be here, mashallah. 54 years. That's a long time. You know, my grandfather was a preacher in the Church of Christ, and he would have loved to have been able to stay in the congregation for 54 years. You survived a lot. You survived the sexual revolution. You survived Nixon. You survived disco. Like, you've gone through a lot of changes in 54 years. And I think it's, on my behalf, an honor to be here. And then secondly, to see the growth of MCC that we'll talk about at the end of this short speech. Why did I mention kind of surviving those things and what that led to, starting really in 1979 up until this moment. These are difficult times. These are tough days. You know, I'm receiving a phone call today from a colleague, Imam Qatalani, who's from Gaza, who 15 of his family members were killed this morning. Children, an elderly woman. And then receiving phone calls from Palestinian community members who don't know where their family members are not able to contact them. Muslims who, and I appreciate your state senator stepping up for you, who are facing sort of the feeling of 9/11 again at a social level, a cultural level, and a political level. Some of the rhetoric we see CNN constantly having to say, whoops, you know, whoops, whoops. After a while, it's like, you know, how many times are you going to edit yourself? The LA Times, which falsely accused me in 2015 of something, again, you know, making mistakes with Muslims, and this puts pressure on our community. I say that as a father. You know, I have 4 children. I have a 23-year-old, I have a 20-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, and I have a 1-year-old. That means I'm broke. I have absolutely no money. Diapers in college. I have 0 sleep, so don't mess with me. I'm not in a good mood. But the other day, my 4-year-old goes to a Waldorf school. I don't know if you know what a Waldorf school is. They're into wood and hippies, and rhythm. And I picked her up and I was listening to the news, trying to catch up on things, and the word justice was said. And those of you who have 4-year-olds, you know they can ask you the most spellbounding, difficult questions ever invented. You know, defending a PhD is nothing compared like talking to your 4-year-old. And she said to me, Baba, what's justice? And I was like, man, it's a tough question. She said, what's justice? And I think it's important that we step back for a moment, each and every one of us, no matter where we come from, no matter what political party we may align with, no matter what religious congregation we may or not belong to, and engage in a short introspective investigation of where we sit on the issues of justice. Justice is extremely important in Islam. It's one of the acts of worship which is not conditioned to time or place. You may think about many of our acts of worship, like Ramadan. It has a time, it has a place. The pilgrimage to Mecca, it has a time, it has a place. The 5 daily prayers, they have a time and they have a place. But justice, the Quran says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُكُمْ بِالْعَدْلِ. Allah commands all of you to be just. And it notes that you cannot claim to be somehow spiritually alive if you're not in tune with justice. And it links them together intrinsically in the 5th chapter of the Quran. اعْدِلُوا هُوَ أَقْرَبُ لِتَقْوَى. It says, be just. And notice in Arabic, justice is a transitive verb. The object is never mentioned. It means be just in everything you do, because it's closer to piety. Justice is a responsibility that lies on the other side of hard work, introspection, sweat and tears, repentance, failures, mistakes, successes, and ultimately commitment. As we heard now about the bill that was vetoed, there is a commitment to see this bill get through. Justice is what is the outcome of commitment, the istiqamah in our tradition. So how can we sort of step into being just in the face of tremendous social changes? America is at a precipice. We haven't seen, maybe since Truman, not to get too weird on you, kind of the political climate of this country. Right, the challenges that face internally the progressive movement. Those that are rocking a group of people, who are not going to say who they are, who can't decide how to lead their own house. We face very tremendous challenges, and that impacts us as a Muslim community who is so diverse. And so we're placed almost everywhere you can imagine in society. So the first is we have to think about, and our Christian brothers and sisters will appreciate this, the idea of communion. For us, it's a little different. Our communion is directly with God, but it carries the same meaning that I push in myself as an individual Muslim to observing the rites of my religion, to pushing into devotion. Allah says, وَابْتَغُوا إِلَيْهِ الْوَسِيلَةِ. Like, seek the ways to God. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, he said, race to do good. Nobody should wait to do good. So at the first level, if we want to think about achieving justice, we have to be just with ourselves. That's why sin in the Quran actually is called oppression. A form of dhulm, a form of oppression. So the first is to step in, each and every one of us here, no matter how old we are, no matter how young we are, no matter what religious tradition we follow, but specifically speaking to the flock I serve, we have to push in to being Muslim. Udkhulu fi silmi kaffa. Quran says push in. One of my teachers used to say you cannot be religious unless you're confident. And that's counter to what we were trained in the Wu-Tang Clan, traditional dojo Muslim school that I went to. We always thought we have to be very humble. He said there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. The second is we have to push into family, because that is really the anchor of helping us survive the challenges that are obviously stirring society in so many ways. We are a faithful community in a time where it's difficult to find faithful people, faithful allegiance. And that's why in the Quran, the chapter called Yusuf, he describes his mother and father as what? Shams wal Qamar. My mother and father like the sun and the moon. My caregivers, if you will, in that context, are like the sun and the moon. Because the world can be a dark place, man. It can be a confusing place. And our parents or our caregivers or our supporting cast function like celestial bodies that illuminate the way for us to live a good life, to follow the path of what's right. So let's make sure. My wife and I, we have a rule now. You're gonna get mad at me for this. Wives might like it, husbands might like it, but don't blame me later. We have a little bucket by our front door. We get in, we leave our phones at the front door. Our marriage got better. Our parenting got better. Our friendship, the semen of a marriage really is the friendship, became better. Because we're not always looking at our phone. We're not connected but disconnected. We have to push into spending quality time with our children. These days are consuming. All of us are worried about what's going on, whether it's in India, whether it's in Palestine, whether it's in Inglewood, Chicago, where I work to fight against recidivity with Iman and Brother Rami. We're all worried about what's going on. But we have to strengthen the family. The family is the key. The Quran says, "Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara." Save yourself and your family from hell. And the best hood is parenting. The third is community, because when we strengthen our families, then we can realistically push into, we're in Chicago, Saul Alinsky, we can push into mediating institutions, one of them being the church, the mosque, the synagogue, the temple, you name it, Kiwanis in the old school. But we can push into the mosque, and because I've been trained through my family, and I've gone through the natural organic process that family demands. You know, people ask me, who's the person you fought with the most? I said, my brother. But I learned how to fight with my brother in a fraternal way. Not a way that destroyed things, but ultimately we achieved, after a few fights, pillows and some broken dishes and stuff, and my mother losing her mind. We learned to get along. We learned to function. Family teaches us the natural dynamics of functionality are often on the other side of the bridge of arguments, getting along, loving each other, at times even despising each other. That prepares us for community. MSA, the mosque, wherever you are. And that's why I say the work of MCC, 54 years. That's incredible, 54 years. It's half a century of non-profit work, serving the Muslim community, and then scaling in a way that now you're serving the environment. That's incredible. If you went to some of those OG Chacha Sahibs, some of those OG uncles in the late 60s and said, one day your masjid will go green. They have no idea what you mean. Green dome? What do you mean by green? And those people in their graves are getting the rewards of tonight. Those people who were here when this masjid was in the dreams and imaginations of people. But why is this nonprofit important, the MCC, especially in the face of difficult social change? Because when we're alone, we tend to boil in the pot of angst. You know, when I was in college, Rodney King happened, listened to a lot of Public Enemy, was angry, Pearl Jam, Generation X. In my anger, I would sit alone and try to look at the internet that Al Gore had invented that was very slow. And I found myself angry. But then when I joined student organizations on campus, and when I joined the MSA, when I became Muslim as a freshman in college, I was able to find an avenue that not only allowed me to feel angry, but it provided me a way to serve. And we live in a time, there's a great book, Bowling Alone. They say loneliness is killing Americans. It's one of the top 5 killers in this country. MCC allows people to move beyond angst, to move beyond frustration, and to step into service. And service is something key in our theological framework as Muslims. We all know that the Prophet said, peace be upon him, the best of you are those who serve. And the Prophet said, you will be helped by God according to how much you help the most vulnerable amongst you. So the importance of the equalizing component of a nonprofit is that allows me to be a lone wolf hero who's angry at the world and push in and be able to volunteer. For example, we see inflation in this country hurting people. You're providing housing. I left New York because my wife and I could not afford to live in New York. 2 babies in New York, that's a lot of rent for a 500 square foot apartment with no kitchen. It allowed us to see a vision that MCC is not only helping people deal with their anger and legitimate frustrations in the world today, but to serve. You have a welfare department in your masjid. That's incredible. You're going green. That's incredible. You take furniture to people. That's incredible. You provide groceries to people. That's incredible. The Prophet, when he was asked what's Islam, he said to feed people, إطعام الطعام, and to bring peace to the people. So you've been able to scale beyond the boiling pot of personal frustration and melancholy and become a beacon of light in Chicago. The reason I say that as I finish is I was an imam in Boston during the Boston bombing. I remember the upheaval feeling of vulnerability. Our masjid was in the neighborhood that Malcolm lived in. Malcolm's sister, Ella Collins' home was behind our masjid. We were attacked. We were, labeled. I said LA Times reported things about us that weren't true, only to retract it in some small print type business. I had death threats against me at that time. But I remember a woman, and you inspired me, your representatives, as I battle those horns out there. That's not Coltrane. Very unique backdrop here. But I remember this lady came to the masjid where I served, the ISBCC, brilliant black American woman who was running for mayor. I want you to listen to this story because it's very inspirational, and sometimes you learn things from people that see you from the outside. We create an echo chamber. It's a problem. Sometimes it's good to hear a strategic vision from someone who doesn't necessarily rock your cipher, as we say. They're not in your circle. So she came to me, she said, Imam, at that time I was being attacked on Fox News. Man, Fox News was trying to destroy my life. To the point that the FBI came to me and said, don't go to Texas. I said, I'm from Oklahoma. I'll go to Texas, no problem. Texas is progressive compared to Oklahoma. So I met her and she said, I want you to nominate me and endorse me, for mayor of the city of Boston. I didn't know this woman. I said, listen, I can't nominate you till you talk to my community. If my community nominates you, I'll nominate you. That's not how this works. She said, but you're the imam. I said, I may be the imam, but the imam's job is to serve, not to make ad hoc decisions. She said, please, can you just consider, I have a good agenda? And I said, we need to unpack your agenda. It's always important to have asks. Politicians will tell you they probably appreciate you having asked because they like to engage with an informed constituency. Then she said to me, I want to tell you something about your mosque. I said, really? Tell me. She said, I did a study of your community. You have 91 ethnicities in this mosque. 91 ethnicities. She said, do you know what that means? I said, for me, that's a headache. Because there's a lot to deal with. Especially in Ramadan, spicy, not spicy, moderate. Me, I want some, Irish stew. Listen to what she said to me. She said, it means power. It means power, collective power. And the best way for you to organize that power is through this institution. And I said, why? She said, didn't you run a GED program for people that were caught up in gangs in Boston? I said, yes. She said, didn't you guys fight for fair housing in the city of Boston that was being gentrified with a J, not with a G? I said, yes. She said, don't you partner with Catholic charities to teach English to immigrants in this masjid? 300 people enrolled? Yes. Don't you partner with students at Harvard and MIT that come and tutor high school students and prepare them for their degree, their examinations and assessments? Yes. Didn't you start an Alcoholics Anonymous substance abuse program in your mosque for Muslims and gambling addiction? Yes. She said, that's power. That's righteous power. But there's a problem. I said, what? You guys are not together. You're not unified. You have more flavors than Ben and Jerry's. And I said, you're right. What I want you to understand, as we face an age and a day today where we see so many assumed allies have fallen to the wayside, we have to come together and work to support one another to build good power. Saul Alinsky should be echoing in some of my Chicago brothers and sisters' heads right now. Not evil power, good power. The power to heal a fractured world. So I want to encourage you tonight to support the MCC. 54 years after disco and new wave, which was tough. You continue through the Iranian crisis where Muslims were largely blamed for the actions of a few. The Afghan war that initially was favored by this country, then only later on in the 90s to be turned into something else. The New York City Trade Center bombing, the first one, that many of us, I was Muslim by that time. I remember somebody asked me, what's your responsibility? I said, I'm in Oklahoma. I've never been to New York. How am I responsible for what some people did in New York? And then 9/11. And 9/11 impacted us in ways that we still are traumatized from. I was pulled off planes. I was banned from Canada for no reason. As a 20-year-old person, pulled off planes, put into secondary, asked questions. FBI came to my house for no reason, threatened to subpoena me. When my lawyer called, they left me alone. But many of us lived the trauma of 9/11. We are a traumatized community from 9/11. And we continue up until today. So if those aren't reminders that we need each other, because no matter what happens to my non-Muslim brothers and sisters in the audience, we continue to do good. Because the Quran says, "Idfa' billati hiya ahsan." Push back with the best. So in the face of Islamophobia, the MCC is out providing people housing. In the face of Islamophobia, MCC members are getting people furniture. In the face of Islamophobia, you're going green. And that is the testimony to 54 years. And I want to say something as I finish. A nonprofit doesn't last 54 years. It doesn't. And when it does, that's a sign that it's doing it right, because a nonprofit is sanctioned by the public. So tonight, I'm going to turn it over back to our incredible MC, who also, I remember she was attacked. We organized to defend her by Islamophobes. But she keeps giving back, keeps smiling. I was watching, I said, how's she smiling? Because that's the nature of our people. In the face of challenges, in the face of difficulties, we push back on what's better. If you're interested in doing that tonight, support the incredible transformative work, high school, middle school, junior high, serving the society, serving the community, looking after people who are coming to America, and so on and so forth. Then do that tonight and partner and become a supporter of the MCC. Thank you so much. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum again. It's my honor and privilege to introduce our Sheikh, Kifa Mustafa, today. Most of you, or all of you, know Sheikh Kifa Mustafa. He's the Imam and Director at the Prayer Center of Orland Park. He is the appointed representative of Darul Fatwa of Lebanon in the US, and he's also the chairman of the Council of Imams and Scholars in Illinois. I'm so happy that he accepted when we called him today to come to MCC, and he said, I have so many invitations, but I'm going to choose MCC this time. So thank you so much, Sheikh Kifa.
Jazakallah khair, brother Masoud. May Allah reward you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الله الرحمن الرحيم والليل إذا يغشى والنهار إذا تجلى وما خلق الذكر والأنثى إن سعيكم لشتى صدق الله مولانا العظيم. Allah is making an oath by the rotation of day and night, which it comes down to our own life. And as one of our scholars says, Ibn Ata rahimahullah, إذا أردت أن تعرف عند الله مقامك فانظر فيما أقامك. If you want to know your status with Allah, where is it at? See where He stationed you at. Look where you are at, and you would know your value with God. And tonight, you are here in an event that's meant to bring service to a Muslim community center. And the equation is very simple, as Allah said it in the verses I just recited. By the night, when it brings and with its darkness and it covers, by the day, when the light shines, and by the creation of the male and the female. This is what we call the oath. What is the answer? Every oath has an answer. إِنَّ سَعْيَكُمْ لَشَتَّى. The way that you engage life is diverse. And then he speaks of two tracks. فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقَى وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى. Now we want to focus on the first track, because it's the track for righteous people. And it speaks of an equation of 3 steps. First, it's giving, charitable acts. فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى. And then that charitable act puts you in the status of people of righteousness and piety. وَاتَّقَى. And then وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى. He believes in the reward which is coming ahead in heaven. So it all starts by faith in giving. And today I'm here, as I said, Brother Masood, there's 3 events going on. Another major fundraising dinner for the Mecca Center in Willowbrook. That's their annual dinner just tonight also. There's a huge meeting for the coalition about what's happening in Palestine. So many things happening. But this is the way we want to do it. Better? Alright. I can have both. If that works. It's gonna bring more money, we'll do that. So tonight you came for a very simple reason. Because you care about this journey of, and I have my own memories at MCC. I have my own memories when I was 19 years old. Just came and I was in Indianapolis, but then I moved to Chicago, and actually the second Jum'ah that I attended was in MCC. For a very simple reason. I wanted to know the history of Muslims in Chicago. And they said, this is where you want to go visit to. So when we're talking about this masjid, we're talking about documenting the journey of our own history as Muslims. So your dollar giving tonight is on one hand a devotion of faith and belief in Allah, the choices you're making among many people who have chose to do something else with their money. You're going to choose to put it where Allah is pleased with you. That which comes service back to you, because see, one of the names of Allah is Al-Ghani, the All-Sufficient. Allah is not the beneficiary of our donations. Allah is not the beneficiary of our prayers. He's all sufficient. He doesn't need any of that. But He ordained on us these acts because these acts purifies us, makes us better people, and bring back these services of acts of worship towards Him directed to God and wellness into our own community, into our own families, into our own individuals. So tonight, I'm here to ask you, what is your choice? As Allah said, Inna sa'yakum lashatta. Your engagement in life is diverse. Are you here to make a difference in the journey and the service of MCC? And how much is that going to be? You choose. It is not upon what we tell you of numbers. We're gonna present you with a bunch of numbers. You see where you want to be. And I want to start by a pledge. If we can have one hand, it could be an individual, it could be a family, it could be a business, it could be an organization, it could be people sitting on a table pledging $20,000 for all that which you have heard of services that needs to cover the operation of MCC and the multiple projects that have been presented by Brother Masood, inshallah. Is there one hand, just one person, that will take the honor? I don't want to say the burden. Giving for the sake of Allah is not a burden. It is something that Allah chose you to do. And as the Prophet ﷺ said, there are indeed servants for Allah who have chosen them to make difference in people's lives. These shall be sheltered with the mercy of Allah at the day of judgment. So is there one pledge to start with $20,000? It looks like we have the first one. Of course, anonymous, give it a round of applause, please. We have the first pledge of $20,000. MashaAllah. Takbir. May Allah reward him. Say Ameen. We don't know him, but Allah knows him. And the Prophet ﷺ gave us the two tracks, as Allah said in the Quran. In tubdu sadaqat, if you're going to bring it in public, فَنِعِمَّهِ. It is an honorable thing. And if you're going to keep it between you and Allah, it is also something closer to taqwa and piety. So may Allah reward him. Is there another person? I'm just going to throw it out in public. I said I just need one person, but sometimes we have hopes that this could be joined with another hand, inshallah. Is there another hand that wants to pledge $20,000 for this year of service coming to 23-24? You know, I'm a director and an imam at Ormayo Masjid, the prayer center in Orland Park. And anytime you are in the south, you know, you can go and visit us, inshallah ta'ala. And I know what it takes to run a masjid. I know what it takes to maintain safety in a masjid. What it takes to organize programs in a masjid. What it takes to control how things are related to education to the people attending the masjid. How religious services are being performed. From divorces to marriages to introducing people about Islam to multiple things. Is there another hand who want to take the honor of making a pledge? I can't see much because these lights are so bright, I can barely see any of you guys. But if someone raises his or her hand, let us celebrate that. If not, can I get an individual pledging $10,000? Let us say if there's at least the first hand to make the pledge of $10,000. If we want to reach the $150,000, $200,000, you came here for tonight. I'm asking you to pledge $1,000 for 10 months, a total of $10,000. Who wants to take that honor, inshallah? Naveed Ali? MashaAllah, the first $10,000 from Naveed Ali. Give it a round of applause, please. MashaAllah, takbir. May Allah reward them and their family. Say Ameen. Who has the second pledge of $10,000? MashaAllah, the Dr. Sabah Khan. What happened to the little soul on the chair? Another pledge of $10,000. Give her a round of applause. Dr. Sabah is not just volunteering, not just participating, but yet giving fi sabilillah. May Allah reward and accept from her. Say Ameen. I can't see like the lights. I just can't see anyone. Okay, we have a gentleman right there. Give it a round of applause, please. MashaAllah, the third pledge of $10,000. I would be more than happy to announce the names if you bring it to me here, inshallah ta'ala. Rana family, mashallah. Please, one more time, give them a round of applause. Jazakumullah khair, and may Allah reward them. Who has the fourth hand? We need 10 individuals. We need 10 individuals, 10 families, businesses, groups, whatever, organizations, who has the fourth pledge of $10,000, inshallah ta'ala. I need the fourth hand. If I can get the fourth, inshallah, we'll have hope that we can get to the fifth. And this is the moment to give. MashaAllah. Do we have number 4 for $10,000? And I want, this is better. No, keep it low. Bring down the light so I can see the individuals and the banquet. MashaAllah. Anonymous number 4. Give it a round of applause, please. MashaAllah. Takbir. May Allah accept and reward. I need one more. The fifth will be celebrated, inshallah ta'ala, because this is something that we need to think about, how much we care about our own masjid. See, masjid is the place of sujood. The sujood is the closest point that you can do with your Lord. So when we are offering people an act of worship that brings them closer to Allah, as Allah said in the Quran, وَاسْجُدْ وَاقْتَرِبْ, prostrate in sujood and be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every time the adhan is called, you're going to be rewarded. Every time a prayer is performed, you're going to be rewarded. Every time someone comes and learn about Islam, you're going to be rewarded, because simply you are giving to the operation of this service. So you are participating in something that will mean everything that happens in this masjid, you are going to get reward of that. And listen, every good deed that you do, Allah promises you multiplication 10 times. من جاء بالحسنة فله عشر أمثالها. But when it comes to money and donation and sadaqah, مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم. When it comes to money for the sake of Allah, it's like one grain that is planted and it comes with the spike of 100 grains on it that will go into 700, into much more multiplication. Good deeds, regular deeds, 10 times. But sadaqah fi sabilillah, I promise you, this $10,000 will come back to you barakat. And we are looking for the 5th pledge, and we have it, mashallah. This is from, what's the name of it? Kashif Putawala, mashallah. Give it a round of applause. The pledge number 5 for $10,000. May Allah accept and reward. Say Ameen. You know, when I took the mic, I had a hope that we can get to number 7 in the $10,000 pledge. There's something unique about number 7 in our faith. I don't know why. You know, there's 7 heavens. There's 7 times around the Kaaba. 7 times between the Safa and the Marwa. 7 times we throw the pebbles. There are 7 people who are shaded by the shade of Allah at the day of judgment. So many ayat and hadith that speaks about 7. MashaAllah, number 6 came, anonymous. Give it a round of applause, please. MashaAllah, may Allah reward them all. Say Ameen. If we have 6, then we should have 7. Who has number 7? Bismillah. I need one hand, one blessed hand, inshallah ta'ala. This money that you're giving is not wasted. This money that you're giving shall transform into rewards and hasanat and good deeds that will enlighten your path in this life. As I mentioned in the Quran, فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى. Allah will bring ease into your life. Wallahi, no one gives sadaqah fi sabilillah, but Allah will bring back the beauty. See, happiness is not in taking. As Mustafa al-Rafi'i says, السعادة في العطاء لا في الأخذ. True joyful moments and happiness is when you give, not when you take. Because when you give, you are demonstrating who you are. And this positive spiritual way of for the sake of Allah. So I need number 7 to give it for the sake of Allah. One more anonymous number 7, Takbir. Give it a round of applause, please. At least a round of applause. Come on, guys. May Allah accept from him. Say Ameen. Well, number 7 is good, but number 8 is better. You know, there are 8 doors for heaven, right? So who wants to take the last door, inshallah? One more hand. We have it. MashaAllah. Ameen. What's the last name? Arba. Number 8, give it a round of applause, please. MashaAllah. You know, Allah gave Musa 9 miracles. في 9 ayat, right? I'm quoting from the Quran. I'm not bringing things on my own. So we need the miracle number 9. One more hand to make this miraculous event tonight. The pledge number 9 of $10,000. Give, don't hesitate, don't think, don't calculate. Trust me. You know, the Prophet told that to Asma radiallahu ta'ala anha. أعطي ولا تحصي فيحصي الله عليك. Don't count. If you count and calculate, Allah will pay you back rewards and calculation. If your heart leads you into giving just like in a genuine approach, Allah will give you without any calculation, just open. So who wants to make it a miraculous night? Number 9, the pledge of $10,000. Just $1,000 for 10 months. Think of it like that. Can you make this pledge? Do I have number 9? If we have number 9, we will finish with number 10 before going to a smaller number, inshallah. I just need 2 more hands. Bismillah. Who has number 9? Do we have it? Do we have it? Not yet? Come on. 2 more hands. If number 9 comes, I have a hope that it will be a bridge for number 10, inshallah. One last chance. I'm gonna give you this chance to make this pledge. No? Right. Can we take it then in the amount of $500 for 10 months? $5,000 pledge. Bismillah. Who wants to make a pledge of just $5,000 in 10 months? Just pledging $500 a month for the next 10 months. Can we get at least 5 hands? Who will be the first one? MashaAllah, this is 5,000 from Anisa Al-Wala Laliwa, MashaAllah. Give it a round of applause, please. Jazakumullah khair. Another anonymous number 2, a pledge of $5,000. Give it a round of applause, MashaAllah. May Allah accept and reward. Say Ameen. I need number 3, the pledge of $5,000, number 3. MashaAllah, brother Sabr, number 5. Number 3, give it a round of applause for $5,000. Here you go. Can you take these? Because good catch. MashaAllah, this is number 4 from Nair Umar. MashaAllah, the Nair Umar Revocable Trust. Give it a round of applause. MashaAllah, may Allah accept. Number 5. I said I needed 5 and we have 4. One more hand. Pledging $5,000 in this beautiful event tonight. MashaAllah. It's about us coming together, a community being saved, a community paving the way for our own kids to secure their faith, to make them proud of whom they are, to protect their identity. The role of a masjid is not just to perform the 5 days, it's a center. It's a multitask. So when you are giving for the sake of Allah in a masjid, you are serving the community in every single capacity you can think of. Is there number 5, pledging $5,000? Bismillah. One more. I just need one more hand. MashaAllah in the back. Give it a round of applause, please. Jazakallah khair. And the name is? Shahid Sayyid, MashaAllah. Is that the same brother? Yes. Oh, MashaAllah. Give him a round of applause, please. May Allah make you Sayyid in this dunya and the akhirah. Say Ameen. 7 is good. We're gonna go back to numbers, right? No, listen. If number 6 come up fast, 7 will come fast, inshallah. Who has number 6? Come on. Number 6, pledge of $5,000. If not, we'll come down to a project that I want to see everyone participating with. If not, can I get 4 individuals? Because I wanted to reach number 7. But since I'm not getting any 6 or 7, I'm going to take 4 hands, pledging only $2,500. I just need 4 brothers or 4 sisters or families, whatever. Just $2,500. I need 4 individuals to make it up for the $5,000 pledge that we missed. Who has the first pledge of $2,500? I just need 4 hands. Is there one in the audience to start? 1 hand, $2,500. Bismillah. At least 1 to open the door for us. I only have like some. You have 1, mashallah. Give it a round of applause, please. I need number 2. Come on. I just need 3 more hands. $250 for the next 10 months. Make it a commitment, a pledge, and Allah will help you, inshallah. Who has the second pledge of $2,500 for the whole year? MashaAllah, we got number 6 for the $5,000 pledge from Brother Asir. MashaAllah, give him a round of applause, please. So I only need 1 more $2,500. And here it came, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Takbir from Ziyad al-Sidra and Bushra Muhsin. Give it a round of applause. The 4th pledge of $2,500. When I was talking to Brother Masood and Dr. Sabah, they introduced this Ansar project that is meant, if we can get commitment of people, that we can cover the operation, the daily operation, and they can diverse the spending to all the projects that are of expansion or something like that. So the pledge form is right in front of you, but I'm gonna take hands. It's about $100 a month for 10 months, just $1,000 for the whole year. I wanna see if I can get at least 20 to 25 hands pledging $100 for the next 10 months, $1,000. Just raise your hand. Number 1, mashallah, give him a round of applause, please. Number 2, the young lady over there, mashallah. Number 3, $100 per month for the next 10 months. Number 3, come on. Don't hesitate. We're asking you only for $100. Do we have number 3? Still the light isn't mine. I need the pledge number 3. Don't hesitate. Raise your hand. Pledging $100 for this project of Al-Ansar for the next 10 months in this year, inshallah ta'ala. Is there number 3? Bismillah. Who has the pledge number 3 of $1,000 for the next 10 months? Just $100 a month. Come on, I was hoping everyone will raise their hand. Bismillah. What is $100 a month? You go now buy groceries for a couple days, you put $100. Consider this masjid your responsibility for just 2 days to take care of that. Is there number 3? And pledge number 3, pledging $100 a month for the next 10 months. Bismillah. Who has it? MashaAllah. The sister over there. Give her a round of applause, please. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah reward you. Okay. I need 2 people to get to number 5 to make this pledge as a sadaqah. MashaAllah. Number 4. Give her a round of applause. She even stood up. May Allah reward you, sister. So I need 2 people to get number 5 and 6, making this donation as a sadaqah jariyah for their parents, for their mom, for their dad who have passed away, for a beloved one. That you put the sadaqah on their intention and Allah will transform it into hasanat, into their books of deeds. Who wants to honor one or both of his parents with this sadaqah? Number 5 and number 6. Just $100 a month. Who wants to do that? MashaAllah, the sister in the back. Give her a round of applause, please. 1 more. I just need 1 more hand. Number 6. Bismillah. MashaAllah, the sister here, our own MC. Give her a round of applause, please. طيب. I'm gonna need specifically 2 sisters who are going to donate from their husband's money, $100 a month, as a gift. Instead of buying him food or God knows what, go home and tell him, listen, in this blessed night, I'm gonna gift you a sadaqah for you in heaven, inshallah. I'm gonna donate from your own money, $100 a month. I assure you, he's gonna be smiling, thanking you, and he's not gonna say no at all. Are there 2 sisters who wants to do this honor for their husbands? MashaAllah, we have the first sister and the second. Give them both a round of applause. MashaAllah. We are at number 9 now. MashaAllah. Can I get 2 brothers gifting from their own money to their wives $100 as a gift? Instead of buying them probably gold or jewelry or changing something. This is from Abdul Aziz Adam, $1,000. Give him a round of applause, please. So I still need number 11 and 12. One individual as a gift, but for the akhirah, for the hereafter. To gift it in the name of his wife. Instead of thinking of a materialistic gift, think of it of a sadaqah. Is there one person, at least one guy, who wants to honor his wife tonight? None? Ya Latif. Wala wahad? MashaAllah, I'm gonna keep this for the second. Do we have one person? MashaAllah, give him a round of applause. The courageous brother. Takbir. طيب. I'm gonna move, since we got the 10. I'm gonna move to a smaller number, inshallah, just $50 a month. But before that, we were just told that we have a new pledge of $10,000. Give it a round of applause, please. Takbir. I'm gonna finish because I only have 4 minutes left. And I know the only thing between you and food is me, so I don't wanna take long. $50 a month, that's all. I just need also 5 to 7 individuals, part of the Ansar program group, that we can rely after Allah and you in covering the operation of the masjid. Who will start the first pledge of $50 a month, $500 for the whole year, or the 10 months to come, inshallah. Is there one to start? One hand, $500. MashaAllah, we have $80 a month for 12 months. Of course, this is our own Dr. Muhammad Qaysaruddin. Give him a round of applause, please. I can't see much. We have good memories with Dr. Qaysaruddin. May Allah give him health and long life, and every one of you, inshallah ta'ala. Say ameen. So I still need the first hand of $50 a month. I just need a few hands for tonight, so we can celebrate all together, all amounts that we can think of. We will celebrate the $50 a month like the $10,000. Allah will reward people differently, but for us, we honor any donation that comes, inshallah ta'ala. Who has the first hand opening the door for us, that we might get at least 3 or 4 individuals making this pledge? Just $500. Is there one hand to start? Bismillah. MashaAllah, the gentleman to my left here, give him a round of applause, please. Jazakallah khair. The second hand. Do we have the second hand? I just need 5 people and we'll be done. That's 5 people and we'll be done. We need the second hand, pledging $50 a month. Is there so? MashaAllah, the gentleman next to him, number 2. Give him a round of applause, please. And this is $500 from Brother Ali. Give him a round of applause, please. Number 3. I need 4 and 5, the last 2 hands. The last 2 hands, inshallah ta'ala. Who has number 4? MashaAllah, the brother over there. Give him a round of applause, please. May Allah reward him and accept from him. Last hand. The last hand, MashaAllah, the sister there in front of me. Give her a round of applause, please. Let me finish by saying this. The Prophet ﷺ said, Sadaqa dirhamun alfa dinar. $1 could be in the eyes of Allah more than 1,000. We don't know how Allah works the rewards. Allah looks at your heart, at your intention, and He will reward you based on that. So do not belittle ya. Do not belittle any amount. If you can give $1, give $1. If you can give $10, if you can give 20, if you can give 100, any amount is welcome. But this is, mashallah, Fairuz Khan, $5,000. Give it a round of applause. MashaAllah. May Allah reward all and accept from all, inshallah ta'ala. I was told that there is someone to take their shahada.
Before Sheikh Rifa leaves, I just wanted to say thank you so much for Sheikh Rifa for coming today and helping us for raising the funds. Just to let you know, if you are filling out the Ansar form, please stop by at the table to get your Ansar gifts. Anybody who has donated today, please don't leave without picking up your Ansar gift. Brother Tariq is waving his hand in the back. So please, that's a souvenir, something that you can take home with you. So please take the Ansar gift because I don't want to mail them. It costs too much money to mail the Ansar gifts. So on your way out, if you have pledged, whether it's $500, $1,000, $10,000, whatever you pledge, please stop by and pick up the gift. Inshallah, Sheikh Rifa will be performing the Shahada. Jazakumullah khair.
Hello? MashaAllah, this is the sister here. What's your name, sister? Maya. MashaAllah, beautiful name. Let me just say a couple words before I ask her to take her shahada. Every time, at the prayer center, we have an average between 40 to 50 people who take their shahada every year. Alhamdulillah. And I look forward for those moments of purity and genuine feeling. Because every time we say shahada per day in salah and we say it. But for this moment of truth, for someone to take the step from the past into the future to be with Allah. Let me tell you, sister, we are honored to witness this. We are privileged and we are humbled to be in this zone of spiritual journey that you're going to take and embark. We owe you dua and supplication. We will pray for you. We will ask Allah to give you steadfastness on this faith. Before you're going to repeat the word, I'm going to ask you one question. What is the thing that got your attention to Islam? If you want to just share something with us.
Throughout my journey, it's just more peaceful to me. I've been less stressed, less sad. Like the pain I had inside while learning about this, it goes away. And then while learning, everything makes sense.
MashaAllah. Did you see what she said? It felt peace. It felt peace. We lost the whole thing. And what does Islam mean? It means peace. So you're on the right track, sister, inshallah. So you're going to repeat after me without any delay. Say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasul Allah. I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. MashaAllah. Takbir. 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 I'm going to say one thing, sister. I'm going to step down. We all have our own sins that we have to carry the burden. But this moment, you are clean. Your statement brought you as clean as anyone would think that he wants to be. When someone enters Islam, all the past, whatever have happened, will be wiped out. And you are more pure than any one of us sitting here. We want to congratulate you for that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Congratulations.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Inshallah we will be serving the food in next 3 minutes. So table number 1 to 25 will go on my right side and 25 to 50 will go on my left hand. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much everyone for participating in the annual dinner.